Today we're going to go over the Cricut portion of using the Infusible Ink markers. We're going to apply them in another video in this series. So go ahead and check that out in the playlist. I've linked it below in the description so you can see all the videos in this series about how to use Infusible Ink. We're going to go into this project. I have a lot of it already designed. We just have to do a couple of things so we're ready to use the markers. So we gotta wait for it to load a little bit, and we're gonna zoom out so we can see our designs. So most of this is things I'm going to cut on the Infusible Ink sheets. So we're just gonna work with this text. We can see over here in our layers panel that it's set to draw. So we're gonna insert a rectangle behind it. So I'm going to go into shapes and I'm gonna insert a square. Then I'm going to come up to the top where it says size, and I'm going to click the little lock so it unlocks the proportions because I want this to be a rectangle. So I know that my maximum size is 10.5. And it's not quite far enough to do the bottom, so I'm actually going to increase that to 4. And then I'm going to send it to the back, select both of these, and I'm going to center them. So now I have my dark gray cut rectangle as well as my text. I'm going to go into my layers panel and I'm going to attach both of these. We've got those attached. So the one last step I'm going to do on here is I'm actually going to flip it horizontally. So this mirrored it. There is a setting to mirror when you go to make it. I like to do it here so I don't forget, especially when I go in and I click the mirror, but then I come back to my canvas and then go back in to make it. Sometimes I forget to re-click mirror. So this is just a little tip to help make sure that you don't forget to mirror. So it's already mirrored. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to click make it. It's going to show up as a 12 by 12 piece of material, which is the default. So I'm going to go into material size over here on our left, and I'm going to click 8.5 by 11, a letter piece of paper. So we can see that it's already mirrored, even though we don't have the mirror function selected. I'm going to slide it over just a little bit to give it a little bit of extra buffer, and I'm going to click continue. So for this one, I'm going to select copy paper, and I didn't change which pen setting I have it on. That'll be okay as long as I know which pen I need at the time. So I need to load my marker in clamp A and then my fine point blade in clamp B. So let's go over to the Cricut and we'll show you how we get our mat set up and how we get it to cut on the machine. So we're here at our workspace, and the things that we're going to need are a piece of laser paper, the Infusible Ink markers, and a blue mat. Since we are using copy paper, we want to make sure we're using a blue mat and not the blue light grip instead of a standard grip mat. So I'm going to set my protective sheet over to the side, and I'm going to place my copy paper on my mat and just make sure it's on there nice and secure. I'm going to get my green marker out, set those to the side, and I'm going to take it and put the cap on the back. And then come over here. So my marker needs to go in clamp A. So I'm going to set it in, and I'm just going to push it in until it clicks. There we go. And I'm going to close the clamp. And it's ready for me to load it. So I'm going to set it in and I'm going to press load. And I'm going to press go. So because this is a lot of text, it will take a little while to write. It won't write in an order where you would expect it to. So don't worry if it seems to be doing it weird. Okay, so it's totally done. So we're going to unload the mat, and I'm going to take my pen out and cap it right away just so I don't forget to do that later. I'm going to turn off my machine and slide it out of the way. Now that we've got this done in the machine, we're going to take it off our mat. So I'm going to show you two ways to do it, the right way and the wrong way. So we're going to start with the wrong way, which is to pull our material off of the mat from the top. So as I do this, you'll see that there's a lot of curling and it's really difficult. So we're going to actually flip our mat over on a clean surface and we're going to pull our mat away from our material instead of our material away from our mat. So I'm just going to kind of go along with it and take it off. I've got that off, and I'm going to put my protective sheet back on right away so nothing happens. And I'm going to set that aside. So you'll see that we've got it mirrored. It is a much darker color than the marker. Don't worry, it will become the color of the marker once we apply it.